Hello, everyone. This is my presentation. All right. Hello, Weston. How are you doing?
Doing well, Mr. McGuire. How are you?
Good. Can you give us a little bit of information about who you are and your situation?
Yeah, so I am the head basketball coach for Ball State, Ball State University.
Yeah. Okay. And what exactly is the problem we are having?
Yeah, so honestly, I kind of feel like we got duped a little bit. You know, the last time we met with you, you showed us some good charts, told us it was going to be a great product. And to be frank, we just haven't seen that. A lot of my players are ripping holes in their shoes. The sole is, tearing away from the shoe itself. I'm spending more time in practice trying to get them new shoes than practicing, Honestly, it's just unacceptable. We're trying to start the season off, and the last thing I want to worry about is my players' shoes. So, yeah, just kind of frustrated, trying to maybe meet with you today and see what we can do to rectify that.
Okay. Well, that's a big issue, that your players can't play with shoes. We don't want them playing barefoot or just in socks or anything. That won't work. We're very sorry about that. I don't even know how to explain it. I apologize for that. That shouldn't be happening with our products. And we always aspire and as our goal to have the best quality and the best performance shoe that your athletes can have. So we will be donating free shoes to you guys, our newest brand and our newest shoe, free of charge for your concerns. What are some things that you would like inside maybe the new generation of shoe that would help change some of these issues?
Well, yeah, before we get into that, is this new shoe you can't polish a turd, you know what I mean? Like the old shoes didn't work well, or these new shoes, how do I know that these new shoes are actually going to be better, or are they just going to be shiny,
Well, we've been having that issue. You're not the only one. So we've been having that issue with a malfunction in those shoes. So this new generation will be able to fix that issue, and we won't be having it anymore.
Okay.
We'll do our best, and there'll be a warranty on them as well.
Well, I appreciate that. Well, back to your question, what am I looking for out of a shoe, or what are my players looking out of a shoe? They're in their shoes 10 hours a day, game time. It's really important. I think what we need is one that offers support and one that is going to last the test of time, right? A season not only wears and tears on your body, but it wears and tears on your shoes, right? And not that we don't have the budget for shoes. We can always buy more shoes, but I'd rather not buy new shoes every practice. So just something with some longevity, some support for my players. And we got some big kids, so like 14s and 15s. And we just can't lose any of the quality the bigger that we get.
Yeah, I understand. So we'll be having a new generation of shoes too that will further fix that issue. But how would your team or your athletes like to help us correspond with us and help us fix those issues in the shoe, and also maybe design some new shoes for us?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that would be a great thing. I think, here at Ball State, we always feel like we're different, right? Like we try and set ourselves as a program that's better than anyone else. And we hope that the shoes that we wear and the apparel that we use will signify the same thing. So if there's any way that, you guys could sit down with my players and design shoes for them. I know plenty of sports apparel companies that meet with their athletes before they make any type of product, right? So they're like
testing.
Yeah, right. So they're like, what do you look for in a polo, right? And they're like, oh, it's got to be soft, got to have this collar, and then they work to make that, right? And then they'll continue to do new iterations. I think that's what I would expect for my players too, right? To sit down with, my point guards to my centers and be like, hey, what kind of a shoe do you need? Maybe for my point guards, they're looking for something lighter, maybe with a little more ankle support. Maybe for my centers, they just don't want to rip through them as they're in the paint, posting up. And so I think, tailoring the shoe to them is super important.
Yes, we can make ones for the forwards and the ones for the guards too. So
right.
They have two different types of play. One's more on the post and heavier on their feet. The other one's a little bit more quicker and agile.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's good. So it's kind of like how Nike has some for LeBron, who's a different kind of player and plays a lot more quick, but he's also needs a sturdier shoe. It's about how big he is. But then you have someone like Kevin Durant, who's a little bit cuts a lot more and has a lot of different styles.
Absolutely.
So we could do that. And then we're also looking into doing some other things too to help our shoes as well, better material and stuff like that. So we're further looking into new innovations with our shoes and to make them so they're better higher quality, obviously since we've been having this problem, and we're looking for ways with that, with the soles. And obviously, we just saw Nike had an issue with their shoe too, with one of the top players in the nation, Zion Williamson, going through straight one of the sides of their shoes. And he's a big guy, but that shouldn't happen.
Right.
And so, as they're working on it, we are too. So we're not perfect. We're not going to have the most perfect shoe ever, but we're always constantly innovating to have the best and to have the best quality and the price, and that we can be able to help you guys and help your athletes.
Well, I appreciate that. Appreciate your honesty.
Well, hopefully that solves the issue for now, and then we can move forward with our partnership.
Yeah, that sounds great.
All right.
Okay, appreciate it.